Yes.
This is today. I am going to record this part, Charlie, just in case, because I see that Alex she can't connect. So I'm going to
Mm,
record it. We are
okay.
we are dealing with Empower B1 Unit 2D. We are discussing the topic of traveling. One very interesting destination is Indonesia. And here in this unit, these people have traveled to Indonesia. The capital of Indonesia is Jakarta, and it's paradise. It's paradise because the beaches are really wonderful.
Wonderful.
And in picture A, on page 24, we can see a lot of cars. What do we call this when there are lots of cars and cars don't move? A traffic, Charlie, a traffic
A traffic jam?
jam. Very good.
Jam.
Yes, when cars can't move, there are a lot of cars and they can't move. Well, we call it traffic jam. And of course, the problem with traffic jams is that the air we breathe is polluted. There
Pollution.
is, there is a lot of pollution
Pollution.
because there are a lot of cars, even though they are near the sea, even though they are near the sea, but there is a lot of pollution. Well, here we have the letter that one of them is sending. Karen is talking to her nephew about Indonesia. What does Karen say? Can you read what she wrote about Tuesday, the 22nd April? Jakarta, evening. Read it, Charlie, please.
Okay. Let me. Okay. We've arrived and it's really exciting. It was a long flight, but I slept most of the way, so I'm not tired. When I got off the plane, I noticed the heat first, 32 degrees. Is really humid, humid,
Yeah, humid.
because this is the rainy season. Everything they say about the roads in Jakarta is true. When we left the airport, there was a huge traffic jam. It took a very long time to get to the center of town. We got a taxi to the hostel where we are staying. The taxi driver was very friendly, but he didn't speak much English. I just showed him the address of the hotel on a piece of paper, and he brought us here.
Brought us,
I
brought us, brought us. He brought us here,
brought us here.
brought us here.
I think we paid him too much because he seemed very happy when he drove away.
He was very happy.
He was very happy. Sam's telling me to get ready to go and eat. So I have to finish now. More tomorrow.
Good, okay. We've arrived and it's really exciting. Notice, Charlie, that the verb arrive here is in the present perfect. You use the present perfect when there is no indication of time. When you
Yes,
don't say when, you just say that you have arrived. In that case, you use the present perfect. It was a long flight. For example, from Buenos Aires to DF. Is it a short or is it a long flight?
Is it a long flight?
A long flight. Yes.
Yes.
How long does it take to go from Buenos Aires to DF or from DF to Buenos Aires?
The flight is about 10 hours.
10 hours. Right.
Yes.
It's a long flight. Yes. Yes. But I slept most of the way, she says. Can you sleep when you are traveling? Is it possible for you to sleep? Can you sleep? Some people can't sleep.
A sleep is a bus of
Slept.
sleep is bus of
Slept is
sleep.
past of sleep. Yes.
Sleep.
Yes. Sleep. Yes. Past tense, slept.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Can you sleep while you are traveling by plane? When you travel by plane, can you?
Yes. Yes. I usually sleep uh, in the travel
On the trip,
when
the flight?
the trip,
Yes.
but no in the at night.
Uh-huh.
If I go by plane and the travel is on night, I have to sleep.
Yes, you sleep. Right. Well,
Yes,
some people can't sleep. For some people, it's difficult to sleep. They can't sleep.
yes.
They are awake all night. What is the opposite of being asleep? The opposite is being awake. Being awake.
Awake, being
Awake.
awake.
Right. So some people are awake all night because they can't sleep. I usually sleep too. Yes. When I am tired, I must sleep. I must. Um, it says here, when I got off the plane, I noticed the heat. So, what was the weather like when she got off the plane? What was the weather like?
The weather like
No, directamente, it was
it was rainy.
rainy.
I
No,
know this
no, no,
rainy season.
no, it was hot. It was hot,
I don't,
32
I
degrees.
don't
It says here, I noticed the heat, el calor. Heat is the noun.
okay.
It was hot. The weather was
Yes.
hot and humid because it was the rainy season. The weather
Okay.
was hot because it was the rainy season. The rainy
Yes.
season is because it frequently rains.
Yes.
It frequently rains. The rainy season.
Yes.
Everything they say about the roads in Jakarta is true. When we left the airport, there was a huge traffic jam. It took a very long time to get to the center of the town. It took a very long time. So remember, the verb is take. How long does it take? Can you make questions? For example, from Buenos Aires to Mar del Plata, from Distrito Federal to Cancún, from Cancún to Guadalajara. Try to make
Mhm.
questions. How long? Ask a question, Charlie.
How long uh,
Does it take
does it take
to go
to go
from?
from Rio de Janeiro to Buenos Aires?
How long does it take? I think it takes 3 hours, doesn't it?
How long does it
It takes.
take?
It takes 3 hours.
It it takes 3 hours.
3 hours, yes. Another question from
Uh,
Cancún to Guadalajara, or from Cancún.
how long does it takes from Tijuana
Tijuana
to Guadalajara.
to Guadalajara. How long? I don't know.
It takes about 12 hours.
12 hours
By bus. By bus.
by bus. And by
Yes.
plane, how long does it take by plane?
By plane, I think that 2 hours,
It takes
maybe.
it takes 2 hours.
Yes.
Ah, so it is not near. It is not
No,
near. No.
no.
And how long does it take from Distrito Federal to New York, for example?
Um, it, it takes about, I think that 5 hours.
5 hours.
I see. I'm not sure.
I'm not,
5 hours, maybe.
yes. When I traveled from Buenos Aires to New York, well, I didn't go from Buenos Aires to New York. First, I traveled from Buenos Aires to Miami,
Yes.
and it took about 12 hours. Yes, I was tired, but,
Yes.
but the flight was really good. It was a very good flight, and it was non-stop. My flight
Non-stop.
was non-stop.
Yes.
So I boarded the plane in Buenos Aires and I got off the plane in Miami.
When I went to Buenos Aires in 2015,
Yeah.
the travel,
No, the trip
the trip
took,
takes
took,
took uh, 2 days
oh,
for me
oh no, 2 days. What?
because the coast was
Money. Ah, it was,
less money. It was
it was
cheap.
less expensive. It
Yes,
was less expensive.
less. First, I tell you, first I take a bus.
I took,
I took a bus from Guadalajara to Distrito Federal.
right. Oh,
It's Monday, Monday on night,
Monday night. Uh-huh.
and Thursday I arrive to the airport, and the plane take off
took off,
about
took off. Siempre pasa.
took off
Took off.
about 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oh,
Okay, and then uh, I went to Panama.
you flew
Panama.
to Panama. Pasado del
To,
verbo fly.
I flew
Flew
to
to
Panama,
Panama. Ajá.
and then I had to wait about 4 hours
Ah,
in the airport and took a new flight to Uruguay.
so you went from Panama to Uruguay,
Uruguay.
and then from Uruguay to Buenos Aires.
I arrived in Carrasco at 2 2 a.m. 2 hours 2 a.m.
AM, AM
a.m. In the
of the
other
other day,
day,
of the next
in the
day,
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
I spent
Mm.
the night in the bus, uh, in center bus.
Right.
The
You spent the night on the bus.
Okay,
You didn't go
and
to a hotel. No, you said
Yes,
in the bus.
yes. And in the next morning,
Yes,
I took a buque bus
to Buenos Aires.
to Buenos Aires.
So first you took the bus, then
Yes,
two planes, two different flights, and then by buquebus you came to
yes,
Buenos Aires.
yes,
You traveled a lot, Charlie,
yes, pero me salió
traveled,
la mitad de precio.
but it was
And
cheaper. It was cheaper,
cheaper. It was
right?
cheaper.
It was
And when I came back to Mexico,
yes,
I did the same
uh,
travel,
the same,
the same travel.
but it was cheaper. Well,
Yes,
if it is cheaper, it is probably worth it because
yes.
there is no other possibility, right? Sometimes
It was funny for me.
when I traveled to the States the first time, I used my miles because I had miles on my credit card. So I didn't pay anything. It was free. It was a free ticket
Uh-huh.
because I had a lot of miles on my American Airlines card. I had
Oh,
I had a credit card. The credit
yes.
card was given by American Airlines.
Hmm.
And every peso that I spent here, that was a mile.
Yes.
So I had 120,000 miles. I had a lot of miles. And I bought the ticket for free. I didn't have to pay anything for the ticket. That
Mm,
was the first flight. And then the
yes.
second flight was paid by the school because I went to New York to work at a school.
Oh, yes.
So the school in New York sent me my ticket.
Oh,
So I
good.
never paid anything to go to the States. No, but next time I
That's-
think I'm going to save. I would like to save money in order to travel because I love the United States. I fell in love with New York. New York is so beautiful. I really love the Americans and their country and the city, everything. I didn't like the food though. The food. No, the food is not very good because they eat a lot of hamburgers. Americans
mm.
love hamburgers, and hamburgers are very bad. You put on weight.
Are there many Italian restaurants?
Yes, there are Italian restaurants, but they are very expensive, Charlie.
Um,
Yes, and the food is excellent. The food is very good.
when when I went to Europe, I I eat
I
it
ate,
was of
I
it
ate, I ate.
it sandwich and hamburgers
Yes,
in McDonald's, only McDonald's all
yes,
time, all
because
time.
restaurants are very expensive.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on. We got a taxi to the hostel. So how did she travel to the hostel? How did she go to the hostel?
How did she get?
To the hostel? How? By
Uh, Let me see. I think they they went by taxi.
by taxi. Very good. And what about the taxi driver? She says the taxi driver was very friendly. The taxi
Yes,
driver was very
was
friendly,
very friendly.
but he didn't speak much English.
Yes.
I just showed him the address of the hostel on a piece of paper, and
Yes.
he brought us here. Why does she say brought? Because at that moment she is in the hostel, and so she can say the taxi driver brought. Brought is the past tense of the verb bring. Bring,
Bring, to bring, to
to bring.
bring.
The past tense of bring is brought. So the taxi driver
Ah, okay. I
brought.
understood. Okay.
Pero yo desde acá, por ejemplo, no puedo decir brought, tengo que decir took her. The taxi driver took her to her hostel.
Um,
Brought solamente lo puede decir ella porque en ese momento está en el hostel. So she can
okay.
say, the taxi driver brought us to the hostel. Alejandra,
Yes.
she's still struggling to get connected. Still struggling. Yes. I think we paid him too much. Okay, does Karen, why does Karen think that she paid the taxi driver too?
I'm here, you.
Can
I
you hear
can.
now? Bueno, pero don't worry, Ale, because I am recording the class. I will send you the class. It is being recorded, okay? So I'm going to send it to you. So don't worry if you can't connect. I'm going to write to her and I'm going to tell her not to worry. Yes, okay.
Yeah, I'm desperate.
Yes, you want to
I'm
feel, you
I'm
want
desperate.
the who is your internet provider? What internet provider do you have? What internet provider do you have, Alex? Internet provider. She gets on and off, on and off. Okay, why does Karen think that she paid the taxi driver a lot of money?
Because
The taxi driver
the taxi driver um, is,
seemed to be
seem to be happy,
very happy,
very happy,
very happy.
happy.
When he drove away, he drove away. Drove is the past tense of drive.
Drive.
Very good. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have a car, Charlie? Do you have a car?
No, I haven't.
You don't have. Bueno, suppose that you have a car. Tell me where you drove last week. Last week, I drove to Tijuana, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Or last week, I drove to Distrito Federal. I drove, okay? Drove
Drove.
is the past tense of drive. Well, and now what is she going to do now at the end of her letter? What is she going to do?
Tell me, get ready to go. She's going to eat.
Right, very good. She's going to a restaurant
Yes,
because she's hungry. When do
yes,
you eat? You eat when you are hungry, okay?
hungry.
The next day, okay, what happened the next day? Read. Read what happened the next day, please. Sam and
Let
I,
me. Espérame que lo encuentre primero.
next page, 25. It's on page 25.
Donde es
Jakarta the next day, Wednesday, the 23rd April. 23rd April. Here, Charlie, here.
Next day,
Yes,
I got it. I got it.
I got it. Okay,
I got it.
somebody,
I read.
yes,
Did I
yes,
read?
read, yes.
Uh, Sam and I had a delicious meat last night in a small local restaurant. We were the only tourists there, so it seemed to be a place for local people. I decided to have nasi goreng because it's the Indonesian national dish. It was really fresh and full of flavor. I felt tired when I got back to the hostel and fell asleep immediately.
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 Yeah, immediately. Yes.
Immediately. Today we visited the old town. There are lots of old buildings in different styles. They're very attractive and very different from anything you see in the UK. I took a lot of photos.
Okay. Where did they go for a meal? Where did they have dinner?
They were to a small local restaurant.
Uh-huh. And she ate the local food. This is good when you eat the local food because you don't know, you not only know the place, you not only know the city or beach, but also you know the food.
Yes.
And the name of the dish was nasi goreng. So you know, Charlie, if you are going, if you are ever going to Indonesia, you have to ask for nasi goreng, right? Ask for a nasi goreng, like it's like asado, like
Ah,
here. Yes, but it's not with meat; it's fish
fish,
because they have a lot of fish. It's an
fish.
island. So Indonesia is an island, so they have
Yes.
a lot of fish. Eh, and she liked it very much. She really enjoyed the dish. And then she felt tired because the trip was very long,
Hmm.
as she felt tired. So, what happened when she got to the hotel? When she got back to the hotel, she, boom, boom,
She go to bed.
she went to bed. She fell
She
asleep.
went to bed.
She fell. Fell is the past tense of the verb fall. Fall.
She felt
And she fell asleep. Right. She fell.
falte
De caer.
como caer, claro.
El verbo es
Felt.
fall. Y acá
Yes.
está el pasado, que es fell.
The okay.
She fell asleep. For example, at what time do you usually fall asleep?
I usually
Fall
fall
asleep
asleep at 12, 12 half past 12.
12:30. Yes.
Yes.
Well, yes, I usually fall asleep at 1. Yeah. I am always awake. I am always awake until 1. And then at 1, I read something and I fall asleep. Do you usually read or do you watch TV before going to bed? What do you usually do? Read or watch TV?
I usually watch
The news.
sometimes I watch TV, and sometimes I I see my internet.
Ah, you are on internet.
the
Right.
Facebook, Google,
Yes.
YouTube.
And today, she says, we visited the old town. There are lots of old buildings in different styles. They are very attractive, she said, very attractive buildings, but they are very different from the buildings in the UK. So basically, vamos a resumir ahora el viaje de Karen.
Mhm.
Karen went to Indonesia. Yo te lo resumo y vos después me lo repetís. Karen went to Indonesia. She flew to Indonesia. She arrived, she was very tired. The weather was very hot. The roads were very busy. There was a traffic jam. She took a taxi to go to her hostel. She paid a lot to the taxi driver. The taxi driver took her. Ahí yo tengo que decir took her. The taxi driver took her to her hostel and she paid him a lot of money. Then she went to have something to eat. She went to a local restaurant and she ate nasi goreng. It's the national dish. She enjoyed it very much. Then she went back to her hotel and fell asleep. And the next day, she visited the old town. She says that there were a lot of old buildings that were very different from the buildings in the UK.
Okay,
Okay, your turn.
I start.
A ver qué te acordás. What you,
Um, okay. She arrived to Jakarta, Indonesia, and she was um, she was by plane.
she flew.
She flew she flew by plane. Um, when she arrived, um, she was very tired, and um, and the weather was very hot
Yeah,
because it was the rainy season.
very good.
It was the rainy season.
Yes.
Um, she took a taxi, and the 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 ride was traffic jam.
Yes,
No,
there
it's not
was a
correct.
traffic jam
There was a
road,
traffic jam,
on the road.
and and to go to the hotel.
Yes,
Um, the driver seemed very friendly, uh,
because
because um, she paid more money,
yes, she
uh,
paid him a lot of money.
a lot of money. Um,
The next day,
the next day,
no, not the next day. That same night,
¿cómo? Perdón.
that same night, she went to a restaurant.
Pero no entendí la frase que me dijiste.
La misma noche, esa misma noche. That same night.
Ah, that same night,
Same night, yes. Bye,
uh,
Jacinto. Bye, dear.
she went to a local restaurant,
A local restaurant, very good.
local
You can
restaurant.
take Nati if you want. And she ate What did she?
Yet, ¿cómo se llama? Yet,
Nasi goreng.
nasi
Goreng.
goreng.
Yeah, it says here. Nasi goreng.
Is that a traditional Indonesian dish?
Very good.
Dish.
Yes.
Dish. What does dish means? There is a
Comida.
plate, comida.
Yes.
Okay. Um, and then she was to the old
She
town,
went to the old town.
to the old time. There, there were um, all
Building.
buildings
Yes.
different
Yes.
from
From
the England buildings.
from the English buildings. Very good.
English
They were
buildings.
very different, but she enjoyed it. Yes, very good. Well, now we are going to do a little bit of grammar. Grammar.
Yes.
Here you have some sentences. Page 25.
Let
Exercise
me
3A. 3A. Read the
20.
examples 25.
Espérame. 24.
3A.
Es que como lo tengo en el celular, el libro me cuesta. Tengo
Ah,
que imprimirlo, sí, por eso me tarda un ratito.
mira, empieza con read the examples and answer the questions about the linking words.
Y lo pasé al celular porque en la computadora estaba re lento también para pasar de página a página. Unit 2,
Es unit,
Unit 2, Review and Stations, ¿esa parte?
no,
No, es the next page, ¿no?
es antes de review, before review and extension, before.
De donde vimos recién la Jakarta Next Day.
Justito
La
antes.
siguiente, Writing.
Yes, writing skills, linking words, writing skills, linking words.
Ah, okay, linking words.
Ahí.
I see
Read
it.
examples and answer the questions. For example, here you have two sentences. I slept most of the way. I'm not tired. Okay, I'm not tired is a consequence of having slept most of the
Yes,
way. Okay, the consequence in English is with so. The connective word is so. I
so,
slept most of the way, so I am not tired.
yes.
The second, when I got off the plane, I noticed the heat first. Or when I got off the plane, the weather was very hot. When time,
Sorry, what is the heat? Heat.
el calor es el sustantivo
Ah,
de hot.
okay.
Yes. Number 3, it was really fresh and full of flavors. Well, in that case, she's mentioning two elements.
Yes,
She uses and. When you mention two elements, you use and. The taxi driver was very friendly, but he didn't speak much English. Well, here there are two opposing things. Two opposing, they are opposites. The taxi driver was friendly. This is positive, a positive thing. Didn't speak much English is a negative thing. Okay,
yes,
the word that you use to connect that is but.
yes.
The taxi driver was friendly, but he didn't speak much English. The last one. I decided to have nasi goreng because it's the Indonesian national dish. The reason, because expresses the reason. I decided to eat nasi goreng because it's the national dish. She's giving the reason. Can you
Yes.
think of similar sentences with so, with when, and, but, and because?
Okay.
I'm going for a glass of water while you think. Think of a sentence with each of these words, with so, with when, with because, and but.
Okay. I eat. Um, I meet. No, I add many a lot of. I add a lot of
And it,
fruit.
it.
I ate a lot of meat today, so I'm not hungry.
Entonces dirías, I've eaten, no I ate. I've eaten.
I've eaten a lot of
Meat,
meat, so
I am
I'm not hungry. I'm
very,
not hungry.
ahí está, very good. So I'm not hungry.
Okay.
I'm going for a glass of water. Think.
When
No, no. I was very thirsty. I needed to drink something. Yes, another sentence.
when I took off the bus,
No, when I got off the bus.
when I got off the bus, I noticed the I noticed the no sé cómo decirlo.
The weather was very hot.
See, I noticed the weather. It was
Rain.
very windy.
Windy. The weather was very,
Windy.
oh, it was raining. When I
It
got,
was raining.
it was raining. Very
When
good.
I got the bus. Okay.
I got off the bus, it was raining.
It
Yeah,
was it was raining.
it was raining.
Okay.
But, a sentence with but.
Three. The movie was really funny and very interesting.
Pretty good. It was very funny and very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yes. And with but,
Mm, mm, let me think. The déjame decir, no se me ocurre.
The movie
Okay.
was very interesting, but did you like it? No.
No, the movie was very interesting, but the
But I didn't like it.
but I didn't like it. Bueno,
Right.
iba a decir otra cosa, pero
This
me
is a
quedé pensando, pero no sabía
contradiction. You
cómo
see,
decirlo.
it's a contradiction. The movie was very interesting, but I didn't like it. Very good.
Yes.
Which word do we use? It says here to say that two things happen at the same time. Well, when you want to say that two things are happening at the same time, in English,
Mm.
you may use the word while.
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 Yes.
For example, uh, uh, while I am giving this class, the other teacher is giving another class. While I'm
Yes.
giving this class to you, Alejandra is trying to connect. While she's
when
trying, yeah, while I am giving the class to you, she's trying to connect, but she can't. She can't connect. Which word do we use to add a similar idea? Well, for addition, we use and. To add a different idea. Bueno, you can use but. For a similar idea, you can use like, the word like. Like, for example, if you say, I like traveling like my husband. Uh, the same as or like. This is a similar idea.
I like smoke to
Like
smoke
me,
or
like
smoking
no smoke. Or
like you.
like me, that's right. Like me. Oh, I get the poor Jerry. No, this is very bad. No, ese no.
This is very bad for
Eh, and give the reason. What word do you use to give the reason? You use because.
because.
Because is when you give a reason. I can't go to Mexico now. I can't travel now because of the quarantine, because of the lockdown.
Yes. I can to talk
No,
with
talk,
you.
talk.
I can talk with you now because I'm very busy.
Very good. I can't talk with you now because I'm very busy.
Sí.
And give the result cuando expresas el resultado de algo, result. Bueno, para eso se utiliza so. So.
So.
So, for example, you say, today I don't have much money, so I am going to stay at home.
Is
Consequence. It expresses the consequence or the result. I don't have much money, so I'm going to stay at home.
is similar. I slept most of the way, so I'm not tired. It's
Very
similar.
good. I slept most of the trip, so now I am no tired. I am
Yes.
tired. Very good. Bueno, ahora te dice, but and when. So or because. In the sentences. Es el ejercicio C. A ver si podés hacer el C.
A veces.
Está justo after this.
Put, but, when, so, or because.
Yes.
Where you see sentence. Okay. Can I start?
Yes.
We were very tired. So we went straight to bed.
Excellent.
Number 2. We go to the hotel. I am. We go to the hotel because I unpacked.
No,
No, es que no entiendo desempacar.
claro.
We go to the hotel.
When we,
Pero no era la flechita. When we go to the hotel, I unpack.
that's right.
Okay,
When we go to the hotel, I unpacked.
okay. Number 3. It was the middle of the ride
Of the night.
of the night.
Maybe, and the streets were empty.
Oh, so,
Also, it
oh,
could,
so
so the
it was the middle of the night, so the streets were completely empty.
empty. Very good. Number 4,
Okay. The restaurant looked small and cheap. And the food was amazing.
no,
No, and
algo
the,
contradictorio. Ella dice cheap,
the restaurant is
but very
but the food was
the food
amazing.
was amazing.
Amazing.
Number 5,
Why? We gave the weather the we gave the waiter five
pounds.
5 pounds,
La razón.
but
No, la razón.
because the service was excellent.
Right.
We ran into a shopping center when the storm began.
Very good. The storm began. Began,
Began.
the past tense of begin.
Begin.
Began.
Okay.
Number
We
7,
went. Okay. We went to the National Museum. Uh,
the reason.
we went to the National Museum because we wanted to understand more about the country's history.
And the last one, 8, review and
Okay.
explanation. Okay, complete the sentences with the past simple forms of the verbs in the box. Are you
Ahí tiene.
Alex?
Hello!
Hi,
Hello!
hello again.
I'm here
You are here. Very good.
for a short minute.
Yeah.
Yes,
Bueno, a ver,
because in a minute I lost my
ver si
internet or
you can connect. We are on page 20.
yes.
Go to your book. Go to your book and open your book on page 26.
Wait a minute.
Te vas a ver vos después cuando yo te
Six.
de recording, te vas a ver vos.
Bueno, 26. No? Yes.
Grammar. Complete the sentences with the past simple forms of the verbs in the box.
Yes. I got a lot of money because everything was very cheap. Espera. We spent a lot of money because everything was very cheap.
We didn't spend, no?
We didn't. Yes, we didn't.
Spend a lot of money.
We didn't spend a lot of money because everything was very cheap.
Very good. Number two.
Espérate, she, she asked
The bus
the
driver
bus driver for direction.
direction. Very good. Number three.
I got on the train. But I didn't get to change my ticket because before I got on the train.
I
No,
need I needed
I need it. Yes,
to change
I
my
need it.
ticket
Yeah,
before I got on the train. Number four.
yes, but I need it. But he wore his new shirt to the party.
Yes. He wore.
I need that
Very
people.
good. Did you hear the past tense of wear, Charlie? The past tense of wear is
Where?
war. War.
Where?
Guerra. Como guerra. Se
Yes.
pronuncian igual, ¿eh?
Where?
He wore his new shirt to the party. Number six.
Did you meet any interesting people on holiday?
Did you meet?
Yes. Did you meet? I learned how to surf when I live in California.
Very good. Choose the correct verb forms. Charlie.
Yes.
Begin.
Anything? I have a journey. Okay. I walked
No.
to the train station.
No, I was walking.
I was walking.
And it started raining.
I think trying to rain. And then the train was 20 minutes late. When
This particle of, in general, it is used with some verbs to give the verb a special meaning. For example, it says here, we booked an early ferry, so we set off at 5 a.m. Set off, in that case, means we started our journey. We started our journey. We set off at 5 a.m.
Yes.
Okay, I'm off. My train leaves in 10 minutes. I'm off in this case means I'm leaving. I'm leaving. My train leaves in 10 minutes. The traffic lights turned green and they drove off. Well, drove off, that they drove away. They went away. I asked a man for directions, but he just walked off. Ooh, he was very rude. He didn't tell you anything. He just walked off. The plane took off half an hour early. Well, here took off means departed. When the plane leaves, okay, or departs, this is the plane took off. The airline has 20% off tickets to New York. 20% off. What does it mean? A discount. This is a discount. He fell off the chair and hurt his back. He fell off the chair. Can you cut off a piece of that cheese for me? Cut off a piece of that cheese for me. Why don't you take off your coat? It's not cold here. I hate it when people don't switch off their phones in the cinema. Ah, yes, this is horrible. You know, when you are at the cinema watching a movie and then somebody's mobile starts ringing. Oh,
yeah,
this is terrible. What must people do if they are polite and if they are well educated? They must switch off their mobiles when they are at the cinema, right? This is terrible. Switch off. I tried to call him, but his phone was off. Oh, this also happens. that sometimes you call a person, but his telephone is off. I was tired, so I turned off the TV and went to bed. Well, you must study these sentences, and if you can, try to write an example of your own with each of these verbs as homework, okay? Write an example, and then you read those sentences to me on the 13th of January. Remember that our next class after today is on January the 13th, after
Yes.
the new year, when you have drunk all the beer, all the champagne, and all the cider, okay? Yes, and all the wine. I am going to drink a very good wine that my son-in-law has brought me. My son-in-law, mi yerno, has brought me a bottle of wine.
Wow.
Yes, for you, he said. And so I am going to drink that wine on December the 31st, New Year. I'm going to get drunk. Wow, 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 drunk. Okay, our next unit is on another topic. What is the topic here on Unit 3? Alex, can you see it? Are you listening? Can you hear us? No, I think that Alex can't hear us. What is the next topic?
Money.
Unit
Yes,
3.
I'm here.
Money.
Money.
Money, money.
Do you remember Liza Minnelli's song?
Money,
Yes,
money,
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 money.
money, money. Yes.
If you happen to be rich, do you remember? Money
I
makes the world go around, the world go around, the world go around. Money makes the
do
world.
you, do you
Ah,
went to Liza
you
Minnelli?
you
You
sing very well.
Do I? No, but not as good as Liza. Liza sings better. Liza Minnelli. I
Yes.
love Liza Minnelli. She's one of the greatest singers, together with Barbara Streisand. And nowadays, young people love Adele.
Hmm?
Adele.
Yes,
Adele is a British singer.
a British singer. And,
Yes.
Yes.
and I discovered very recently, I discovered a very young singer. Please Google her if you can. She sings very beautiful old songs, and she is only 15 years old. This is incredible. Her name is Ali Sherlock. Sherlock, like Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock.
Sherlock. Ali Sherlock.
Yes.
She has a
I
beautiful voice, and she sings old songs. Unchanged Melody, for example. I love that song. Unchanged Melody. She sings very old songs and also new songs. She is the new voice. The new voice. Bueno, money. Money. Look at this picture on page 27. What can you see here on this picture? Tell me what you can see.
27, 27, 27.
27.
Ah, the man gave her her wife a nice necklace, no? Very nice necklace.
No, no, but I don't think he is giving her.
Okay, what is
Because
it?
it has, no, because it has a tag and a label.
Ah,
No,
yes, of course. What it is?
if he were giving her,
I
he's
know she's buying. She's
she's
buying.
fine. Right.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
She's buying
He's jewelry.
¿cómo se dice cosa? Jeweler.
Jewelry.
jewel.
Jewelry. Very good.
Jewel.
Jewelry.
Yes.
Jewelry.
Do you think
Yes.
the man is buying or is the man selling? Who is buying
No,
here?
the man is selling.
Selling.
I think that the man is showing the jewel.
Woman. Right. And the woman is Looking at
Yes,
jewelry,
yes,
expensive jewelry. This is
yes.
expensive jewelry.
But she has a lot of money.
She has a lot of money. Yes. Yes. Because, yes, where do you think she comes from?
She's from Marruecos,
Arabia. She's,
Arabian.
Arabia. Ah, yes.
yes. And Arabia,
She is
yes.
Muslim.
Yeah,
Mus,
she's
mus,
Arabian. Eh,
¿Cómo se dice?
Arabian,
she's a Muslim,
Arabian.
Arabian. Or she's a
Muslim.
Muslim,
Muslim.
right, Muslim. And in general, Muslim women have a lot of money because their husbands have a lot of money because they deal with oil.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Arabia is an oil country, and
Yes.
oil countries, they always have a lot of money. Do you remember Maradona used to live in, where did he live? And now I can't remember the name of the city.
In Dubai.
In Dubai, yes.
In
He
Dubai.
have a lot of money. Generally, they have a lot of money and they buy expensive jewelry. Yes. Do you have any expensive jewelry at home?
Can you repeat, please?
Do you have any expensive jewelry at home or in the bank? Some people have expensive jewelry, but they don't have it at home. They have it in.
My mother last year. Last year my mother gave me for my birthday a nice watch.
Good. Bueno, you must keep it.
Yes, but yes, and I can use it. Use it or wear
Wear it.
el reloj
Wear it.
watch.
Yes.
Wear it.
It
I
is
can wear it. I can wear it.
nowadays. Nowadays, it is dangerous. It's
Yes, it's impossible to wear.
it's impossible to wear it. No.
Yes.
So when I was a little girl, I remember many people used to go to the Colón Theater, Colón in Buenos Aires.
Yes.
When they went to a gala at the Colón, they first went to the bank. They took out the jewelry. They
Yes.
took the jewelry out of their boxes in the bank. They put on the jewelry to go to the Colón, and then they took the jewelry back to the safe, to the boxes in the bank.
Well, I wear when my little daughter was young.
Yes.
I wear a necklace with the three of them in gold. In gold, yes? No.
I wore.
Yeah, I wore. Yes, I wore. Yes, but no. 10 years ago, I have to guardarlas, to put in.
To keep them.
To keep
yes,
them.
to keep them. To keep them.
To keep
yes.
them in the safe.
Yes.
In the safe.
Yes, it's impossible.
Yes.
I can walk
along the street. No,
yes, along the street.
No, don't do that.
No,
don't do that because it will be stolen. It will.
No.
Right. Very good. And do you think that this jewelry is beautiful? This jewelry here.
No, I don't like it.
It's not your favorite. Very good. Okay, what happens next? If the woman likes this bracelet or this jewelry, do you think she's going to buy it? What do you think, Charlie? Is she going to buy it?
I think so.
Yes, because she's smiling.
Yes.
Yes.
Smiling. So it means she likes it. She
Yes.
likes it, probably. So she's probably going to buy it, right? We don't know how much it is worth. We don't know how much it costs. We don't know
Yes.
how much it is worth. In English, you say it is worth for it costs. We don't know how much it costs. But probably she's going to buy this. Yes. Okay, tell me what you usually spend your money on. What do you spend your money on every month?
First, in food.
Cuidado, cuidado, cuidado.
Food
What do
in
you
tax.
spend your money on? I spend my money.
I spend my money on taxes,
Taxes, yes, yes.
meal,
Food.
yes.
And you spend money on education. You spend money on education. You pay my fees. So you spend money on education. And you too, Charlie. You spend money on education.
Yeah,
You spend
yes.
money. Do you
I would like to spend on. I love this to go to this
you love to spend money on what, Alex?
on. I can't hear you.
You said, I love to spend money on
On travel, on
traveling.
holidays.
On
Yes,
traveling. Cuidado,
yes.
ahí va ING.
Traveling. Yes, on traveling.
Spend my money on traveling. On traveling. Bueno, esto es el inicio, chicos, de la unidad 3. Les mandé una clase que me llevó bastante tiempo armar, así que denle bolilla a mi clase, préstenle atención porque ahí está desarrollado todo el tema. Así que hagan esa clase en todos estos días, ahora hasta el 13 de enero, que nos vemos otra vez. Yo te tengo que mandar, Charlie, un modelo, te voy a mandar un modelo y
Ajá.
también un modelo de examen para marzo. Ese modelo lo tienen que hacer en estos días y lo tienen que tener hecho para el día 13 de enero. Así que acuérdense de haberlo hecho, porque no lo hacemos en clase. En clase
Okay.
elegimos nada más, ¿ok?
Okay.
Just that.